You hit 40 and suddenly your belly has opinions. Strong ones. It's like it signed a lease and refuses to leave. You're eating the same foods that worked in your 30s. You're working out, maybe harder than before. But that belly? Still there, still soft, still winning. Here's the truth no one tells you. Your body changed the rules without asking permission. Three hormones quietly switched sides. Your metabolism hit the brakes, and your fat cells upgraded their security system. It's not about willpower. It's not about age. It's about a biological shift that happens to everyone after 40, and almost nobody knows how to reverse it. But once you understand what flipped, and it's simpler than you think, that stubborn belly fat doesn't stand a chance. Today, we're going inside your body to see exactly what changed at 40, why your old strategies stopped working, and the three fixes that actually target the problem. No magic pills, no endless cardio, just biology explained without the BS. Let's get one thing straight. You're not broken, and you didn't suddenly become lazy. What happened is this. Around 40, your body flipped three major switches, and nobody sent you the manual. Think of your metabolism like a company. For decades, your hormones ran the show like enthusiastic managers. Testosterone, the muscle builder, kept your factory running hot. Growth hormone, the night shift supervisor, handled repairs while you slept. Insulin, the energy accountant, processed sugar with precision. But after 40, they all quietly submitted their resignations. Testosterone drops 1 to 2% every year after 40. That's your muscle building budget getting slashed. Less muscle means your factory burns less fuel, even when idle. Your resting metabolism, the calories you burn just existing, starts declining like a phone battery that won't hold a charge anymore. Growth hormone, your overnight repair crew, cuts its hours in half. Remember when you could bounce back from a workout in a day? Now recovery takes 3. Your body's less interested in building, more interested in conserving. And insulin? It used to be sharp. Now it's that coworker who needs everything repeated twice. Your cells become insulin resistant, which sounds technical but really means your body struggles to handle the same foods that never bothered you before. That bagel that used to fuel your morning, now it makes you crash by 10 a.m., leaves you foggy, maybe a little shaky. Every meal becomes a bigger blood sugar roller coaster. Meanwhile, your belly fat sits there, upgraded and unbothered. Because after 40, it's not just storage anymore. It's a hormone factory. And it's working against you. So, what exactly is belly fat doing that makes it so stubborn after 40? Let's find out from the inside. Here's what actually happens after 40 that nobody explains properly. Your belly fat stops being passive. Before 40, it was like a storage unit, boring, inert, just holding stuff. After 40, it transforms into a biochemical weapons lab. It starts producing its own hormones, and not the helpful kind. Visceral fat, that deep belly fat wrapped around your organs, pumps out inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. Think of them as tiny picket lines blocking insulin from doing its job. This facility is closed for sugar processing. The more belly fat you have, the louder those picket lines get. Your cells stop listening to insulin. Blood sugar stays high, and high blood sugar gets converted to, you guessed it, more belly fat. It's a vicious cycle, a factory that makes the materials to build more factories. But here's where it gets worse. Belly fat after 40 also messes with cortisol, your stress hormone. Before 40, cortisol did its job and moved on. After 40, belly fat acts like a cortisol magnet. It pulls stress hormones straight to your midsection and holds them there like a hostage situation. High cortisol tells your body 3 things. First, we're in danger. Store energy. Translation, keep that belly fat. Second, break down muscle for fuel. Translation, lower your metabolism even more. Third, stay hungry. Translation, crave sugar at 3 p.m. like your life depends on it. And remember testosterone, your muscle building manager who quit? The less testosterone you have, the easier it is to store fat, especially around the middle. It's like your security system went offline, so belly fat just walks in and sets up camp. Your body thinks it's doing you a favor. It thinks you're surviving harder times, that you need reserves, that protecting organs with fat padding is smart. But all it's really doing is making insulin resistance worse, metabolism slower, and fat loss nearly impossible, unless you understand how to reverse the three switches. So, how do you flip those switches back? It starts with understanding what your body actually needs after 40, and the first thing might surprise you. The first switch is rebuilding your metabolic engine, and that means muscle. After 40, you lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade if you do nothing. That's your metabolism leaking out like a tire with a slow puncture. Every pound of muscle burns 6 to 10 calories at rest. Lose 10 pounds of muscle? That's 60 to 100 fewer calories burned daily. Just sitting there. Cardio won't fix this. Running burns calories while you're running, but muscle burns calories while you're sleeping, eating, scrolling Instagram. Your muscles are your metabolic furnace. Lose them, and your belly fat wins by default. The fix? Lift heavy things twice a week. Not baby weights, not yoga, though yoga's great for other stuff. You need resistance that challenges muscles, forces them to grow, sends a signal to your body that says, we still need this equipment. Big compound movements, squats, deadlifts, push-ups, rows, movements that recruit multiple muscles at once. Your body after 40 responds to intensity, not volume. 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps twice a week beats an hour of cardio for belly fat. Why? Because muscle is the only tissue that opposes insulin resistance. More muscle equals better blood sugar control. Better control equals less belly fat storage. The second switch is about timing, and this is where most people get it backwards. At 30, your body processed carbs like a sports car burns premium gas, fast and clean. At 40, it processes them like a diesel engine, slow, inefficient, storing the excess. Your insulin sensitivity dropped. So the same bagel at 9 a.m. that gave you energy at 30 now spikes your blood sugar, crashes you by 11, and gets stored as belly fat by noon. The fix isn't eat less, it's eat smarter. Front load protein and fat earlier in the day. Push carbs later, smaller amounts. Why? Because insulin sensitivity is highest in the morning for most people over 40. Use that window. Breakfast should be eggs, avocado, Greek yogurt. Not cereal, not juice, not heart-healthy oatmeal loaded with sugar. Save carbs for post-workout when muscles actually need them. Or for dinner when you're winding down and insulin spikes won't wreck your day. And here's the controversial part. Consider longer fasting windows. Not because fasting is magic, but because it gives your constantly elevated insulin a break. At 40, your insulin needs rest periods, not constant 3-hour eating schedules. The third switch is the one most people completely miss. You can nail the first two, build muscle, time your carbs perfectly, but if you ignore this one, cortisol will undo everything overnight. Literally. After 40, cortisol becomes a bigger villain than insulin, and cortisol spikes when you under-recover. Bad sleep, chronic stress, overtraining without rest. Poor sleep raises cortisol 50 to 100%. High cortisol for days on end. Your body stores fat around your organs like it's prepping for nuclear winter. Plus, when you're sleep deprived, you crave sugar and carbs like a teenager craves Wi-Fi. The fix: treat sleep like it's part of your workout. 7 hours minimum. Dark room, cool temp, no screens an hour before bed. If you're training hard but sleeping 5 hours, you're literally working against yourself. And stress management isn't optional anymore. At 30, your body tolerated chaos. At 40, chaos translates directly to belly fat. Walk after meals. Breathe deeply. Stop doom scrolling before bed. These aren't nice to haves. They're biological requirements. Now, here's the counterintuitive truth, and this is where most people get it backwards. After 40, you can't fix just one thing. You can't outlift bad sleep. You can't outfast bad nutrition. You can't outdiet muscle loss. The three switches are connected. They're a system. Before 40, your body had redundancy built in. Screw up sleep, testosterone and growth hormone compensated. Skip workouts for a month? Your metabolism barely noticed. Eat like garbage on vacation? You'd bounce back in a week. After 40, the safety nets are gone. Your body's less forgiving. It's like going from automatic transmission to manual. You have to pay attention or you stall out. But here's the good news, and this is where most people get it backwards. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent at the basics. Because after 40, consistency beats intensity. Small daily signals beat weekend warrior workouts. Think about it. Lifting twice a week consistently beats going hard for a month and quitting. Sleeping 7 hours every night beats occasional 9-hour crash sessions. Eating protein at breakfast daily beats perfect macros only when motivated. Your body after 40 responds to patterns, not heroics. That's the secret nobody tells you about metabolism after 40. It's not looking for perfect days. It's tracking your average week. It's looking at what you repeat, not what you occasionally accomplish. Hormones follow habits. Show up enough times with the same signal. Strength training, protein recovery, and your body recalibrates. The insulin resistance reverses. Muscle comes back. Cortisol settles down. Belly fat realizes it's not needed anymore. And finally starts mobilizing. This isn't about willpower or discipline or suffering. It's about sending your body the right memo. We're still active, we still need muscle, we're not in survival mode. Once those hormones believe you, the belly fat has no choice but to respond. So, what does this actually look like in practice? Start with training, not cardio, not HIIT every day. Resistance training, heavy enough that the last 2 reps feel hard. Full body compound movements, squats, presses, rows, deadlifts. 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. That's it. Why? Because muscle is the only permanent fix for insulin resistance. The more muscle you have, the more places glucose can go that aren't your belly. Don't overcomplicate it. 2 45-minute sessions beat 5 half-hearted workouts. And rest days aren't laziness. They're when muscles actually grow. Next, nutrition. Every meal for the next 30 days, eat protein first. Before you touch carbs, get 30 to 40 grams of protein in. Eggs, meat, Greek yogurt, protein shakes. Doesn't matter. Just protein first. Why? Because protein stabilizes blood sugar, keeps you full, and signals your body to preserve muscle. After 40, your body wants to burn muscle before fat. Protein tells it, not an option. Push most carbs to post-workout or evening. Money, say if you're going to spike insulin, do it strategically. When muscles need fuel, or when you're winding down for the night. And if you're up for it, try a 14 to 16-hour fasting window. Finish dinner by 7 p.m. Don't eat again until 9 or 11 a.m.s. That gives insulin a break, lets cortisol settle, and forces your body to tap belly fat overnight. Finally, sleep and stress are non-negotiable. You can nail nutrition and training perfectly. But if you're sleeping 5 hours and stressed 24/7, cortisol will park fat on your belly like it's reserved parking. Here's the minimum: 7 hours of sleep, 90% of nights. Dark room, cool temp, no screens an hour before bed. Track it if you need to. And stress management? Walk for 15 minutes after dinner, every single day. It drops cortisol, improves insulin sensitivity, and signals your body that you're safe, not under attack. One more thing, and this is hard. Stop checking progress daily. I know you want to see results now, but after 40, changes take 3 to 4 weeks to show. Daily weigh-ins spike cortisol, which literally works against fat loss. It's like checking if water's boiling every 30 seconds. You're just slowing the process. Measure monthly. Focus on consistency, not short-term fluctuations. So here you are, finally understanding why your belly fat changed strategies at 40. It wasn't random. It wasn't failure. It was biology responding to new rules. 3 hormones switched sides. Your metabolism slowed. Your fat cells upgraded their defenses. But now you know the 3 switches. Rebuild muscle, eat for insulin sensitivity, fix recovery. Do those consistently, and your body stops defending belly fat. It realizes you're not in survival mode. You're still active, still strong, still signaling growth. This isn't about suffering or extreme diets or living in the gym. It's about understanding what your body needs after 40 and giving it those signals repeatedly. Consistency beats intensity. Habits beat heroics. You didn't break. Your body just needed a new operating system. And now you've got the manual it should have sent you in the first place. The belly fat that seemed permanent, it was just waiting for the right signals. 3 switches, simple biology. Your metabolism isn't dead. It was just running on outdated instructions. Give it better ones and watch what happens.